Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is another OGR, as today is game 9 as the Edmonton Oilers fell once again to the Toronto Maple Leafs as we lost 4-3 and a absolute ball busting game, to say the least. As you could hear by my tone, it's depression hockey is it's hitting me, man. It is hitting me. The Oilers faithful is feeling it as well. Every Oilers fan out there feeling the pain of this bad kind of slump that we're in, or I don't know. Honestly, it's definitely not been the best hockey that I've seen this team play, nor is it the best coached team as well, as it just feels like this team is static, sloppy, and just not having that competitive drive. It feels like it's the exact same thing that happened against Chicago, where we just didn't give her 110%. McDavid and Draisaitl were doing their best, but the team wasn't backing them up, and honestly, we haven't really been given that. And nor has the coaching staff, I feel, has not been the greatest either. This whole team is just, it's falling apart slowly and slowly once again. And for me as an Oilers fan, I'm definitely not going to lose hope in this team. I'm always going to have hope in the Edmonton Oilers and in all its fans. I believe we could get out of this slump, but we got to turn it around real quick. And I'm hoping that we could do it this weekend. So, guys, if you guys are Oilers fans watching this, Oilers fans, try to keep positive right now. They were only the first 9 games in the season. Once we get up to the 15th mark, I mean, you'll probably know where everyone's going to be sitting at that moment of time. But, man, you never know. This is the Edmonton Oilers, man. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff over the years, and I know it's been a lot of bad hockey. But when this team needs to get it done, well, we'll get it done. And hopefully these words don't come back to bite me in the ass, or bottom place in the division or something. But I'm hoping that sooner or later this team will start generating some goals and start generating some offense. I feel like we have that momentum right now. We deserve to win a lot of these games, but we just haven't been executing. And I think after this game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm hoping that this team turns itself around, because going into February, we need to perform and we need to play our best hockey. So let's get into this video. All right, I'm done babbling about how this team needs to turn itself around. Let's talk about everything that happened against the Toronto Maple Leafs here and get into grave detail, as Jason Spezza was the first goal of the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this was a poor play. Jason, or somebody, dumped it in for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was just a dump and chase. Mikko Koskinen went behind the net to grab it. He went to pass it to Tyson Barrie, which Tyson Barrie was very lazily skating back, to say the least. And I think on the other side was what's his face, Slater Cuckoo, was going to be on the other side to pick up the puck from Mikko Koskinen, most likely, because that's where we were all thinking Mikko Koskinen was going to pass the puck. And then he didn't, and passed it over to Tyson Barrie, turned it over, because, you know, Barrie can't win a goddamn puck battle, and passed it over to Jason Spezza as Mikko Koskinen was sprawling back in the net. Spezza took a shot, and it trickled in, and that's how we started the game off. And for the rest of the game, Mikko Koskinen was shaky, I would have to say the least. He definitely wasn't on top of his game, and I mean, that's what happens when you play 9 games in a row as a goalie, and you're relied on heavily to be relied on, and especially when our defensive core is not bailing him out when we absolutely need to bail this guy out. Mikko Koskinen is a great goalie. He really is. He is above one of the best. I believe if we build a proper defensive core, I think Mikko Koskinen could be a great goalie. The defense is not supporting him, and you can see by that play, Tyson Barrie was skated in lazily, just was not helping the team out, and it ended up being a costly one. And then William Nylander scored the second goal there for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this was another one where Adam Larsson, this was an Adam Larsson goal, surprise. God, I hate Adam Larsson, I gotta say so myself. Like, Adam Larsson has become one of the worst defensemen on the team, and I know people will try to, like, say, oh no, he's doing some good thing. He's not. He has not been a positive for the Edmonton Oilers. He's been making some really dumb defensive plays, especially when he's on the PK, as Slater Cuckoo was pushing on, I think it was either Jason Spezza, and he was pushing up on Jason Spezza, and then made a pass over to John Tavares, and then of course it slipped over to wide open William Nylander. But Adam Larsson also decided to push with Slater Cuckoo on Jason Spezza instead of defending the front of the net. And it was just a horrible play by Adam Larsson. Yes, it was a quick play if you really watch it back. But Adam Larsson needs to be able to read that. He's a defensive defenseman, which means clear that front of the net. There was 2 guys in front of that net, and both Simmons and William Nylander, I think. But there was 2 guys in front of that net that was wide open, and you need to get to those guys. You cannot leave those guys open, and that's what happened with majority of these goals. It was goals that the Toronto Maple Leafs battled for and were able to beat out our defensemen to get this puck. They're capitalizing on our weak defensemen. They know that they could get these types of goals on us because we're not going to battle, and we need to start battling. That's a matter of fact. We need to start pushing the tempo a lot more than what we have been. And just piss poor first period, I would have to say. Like, we were doing very good at some moments of time. But honestly, just really bad play. And then continuing into the second period. The second period is where we got a little bit of momentum. The amount of penalties that happened in this game also was absolutely ridiculous. But we had 4 in a row power play chances, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. The #1 power play team last year just had a power play opportunity 4 times in a row. Damn, let's go, baby. Let's get some goals. Oh, did we only score 1 goal? Yeah, we only scored 1 goal on the fucking power play. On the power play that was ranked #1, that had the most ridiculous numbers, is looking static as all hell. It is looking terrible, and I don't care if you could say that they gained a little bit of momentum. Yeah, they got some lucky chances. The only play that they got going right now is McDavid to Draisaitl, McDavid to Draisaitl, McDavid to Draisaitl, McDavid to Draisaitl. That's all they fucking do, and it's a static play. No one's moving. Neal's stationary in front of the net. Nuge is stationary in the middle. It's all stationary play. You watch the Toronto Maple Leafs power play. You look at them. They're moving around. You're seeing players move in front of the net. You're seeing Simmons move around instead of just being planted there in front of the net. We're not moving around. We're passing the puck so much where we're not even taking a shot on the net. It's a joke. Our power play's a joke, and honestly, it's terrible. And also, we don't change anything up on the power play, right? Like, we were playing Neal, and then we put Puljujarvi, which I love that we got Puljujarvi sometime. But why not Yamamoto? Yamamoto got 2 minutes on the power play, and this guy has been nuts for us. I know he hasn't been going very much lately, but why not the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Draisaitl, Yamamoto line? Where's that been at? I've been calling on that on Twitter all day long on why we don't put that line together. It was our best 5-on-5 line last year. And then for some reason we broke it apart when we went into the playoffs for no apparent reason. It was our dynamite line. It was the dream line. It was a line that was doing so well. We went in a bad slump in December, and we were able to pull ourselves out of it and put ourselves in a very, very good spot where we were almost atop of that goddamn division. We were almost on top of the division. We were like 15-6 with Draisaitl, Yamamoto, and Nuge on the same line. I don't know why people and even analysts are like, having 2 third-liners alongside of McDavid. We don't have third-liners. We have Puljujarvi, who has been absolutely playing off the wall. And Dominic Cahoon, who has been very solid as well. And I think he needs a little bit of a change-up instead of playing with Leon Draisaitl. The buddy-buddies shit is not going to work between Cahoon and Draisaitl. I'm sorry. But the stuff that they did back in when they were younger, when they were 16, is not going to happen in the NHL. That one play where I was pretty pissed off about this play, where Draisaitl was waiting to make a pass to Dominic Cahoon. Anderson predicted that. Anderson knew that was going to come. Why don't you take a shot, Draisaitl? Why don't you pick that corner instead of relying on your buddy Dominic Cahoon? I know you want to get that guy a goal. I know that. But Anderson's going to read that. We needed a W tonight, and that could have been an easy goal for Leon Draisaitl. I know it would have been a nice play with Dominic Cahoon, but I don't care. Sometimes you got to be the selfish player out there, and this team is not doing that. We're not having that killer mindset. We're having that go fun. Like we're out there on we're playing NHL 21, passing the puck around. Like we're playing a goddamn video game. That's what I'm feeling like I'm watching with this Edmonton Oilers team. It's a passing pass. That's all we're doing on the power play is passing the puck. We're not shooting it enough. And we could outshoot every team every year. We could dominate teams if we actually start shooting the puck and bringing some competitiveness to this team, but we're not. Anyways, in the third period, this is where things got pretty exciting. Leon Draisaitl started the third period off with a big goal, getting his sixth on the power play once again, which was huge. It was excitement, but we all kind of felt in the back of our heads that this wasn't it. And it wasn't. Toronto Maple Leafs, we took a penalty. Darnell Nurse took a tripping penalty. And Wayne Simmonds went and scored a goal. It was a tip there. Mitch Marner took a shot. Simmonds tipped it. And once again, Simmonds wasn't covered in front of the net. And an easy tip. No one was pushing him. No one was pressuring him. Easy tip for Wayne Simmonds. An easy job to cover Mika Koskinen as well because no one was pushing him out of the way. And then Zach Kassian got one to get us back in there. Yes! The depth finally got a goal, which is what I've been really wanting to see. The only positive thing I would have to say out of this game was the Neal, Turris, Kassian line was really generating some offense, and I really liked that from that line. Still, Turris was and Neal and Kassian were really carrying that line, and without a doubt, they were. Kyle Turris has been not the greatest third-line centerman for the Edmonton Oilers, but they were able to get a goal, which is a huge positive for that line, so I'm hoping that with that little bit of confidence now, they'll take it another step up going up against the Toronto Maple Leafs once again on Saturday. And then it wasn't done there yet. Austin Matthews, another power play goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs as we weren't yet again able to kill another penalty off as no one was covering Austin Matthews. He was wide open. This was a play where Yamamoto could have gotten it out, but he was not able to. He panicked and just kind of threw it up the boards, and they were able to keep it in. And this is probably why Yamamoto didn't get very much ice time. Well, this happened near the end of the game anyways, but this is most likely Yamamoto has been in the past couple games. He's just like kind of been quiet. Like he's been able to get some pretty big points, but these last two losses, he's definitely been quiet, and he's definitely hasn't been able to do the usual stuff that he's been doing. And I'm hoping he will bounce back too, which is the reason why I'm going to say this again. The new Draisaitl Yamamoto line, Tippett, I know you're watching. Please, that would be a great line to throw up, and it would work. It would work for this team. We know that. We need to have that huge line to go up against these big teams like we have to in the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. We need that dynamite line, and I really, truly believe we need to because this game, we struggled 5-on-5 again. And that's the biggest thing with this team is that we're still struggling 5-on-5. Our depth was actually able to generate some good stuff last night with the Nygaard, Shore, and Archibald line. I actually enjoyed that. I even enjoyed Devin Shore on the PK more than what Kyle Turris was. I don't know why we played Kyle Turris a bit more on the shorthanded. This time we were playing Shore and Archibald. But if Turris didn't take one of those penalties, he definitely would have been having more ice time than Shore and Archibald for sure. And I believe the Nuge, Shore and Archibald are great penalty killers, and we need to continue with those guys being on that penalty kill. And if Yamamoto slowly keeps improving, why not throw him out there? Why not throw a McDavid out there to kill a couple penalties? That's what the Toronto Maple Leafs do. You'll see Mitch Marner, you'll see Zach Hyman, you'll see their top players going out there and killing penalties off, and it will generate some offense for you. And that's what we need. We need our special teams to be a lot better. Going 2-7 on the power play is trash. We can't have that. So the Oilers, they got to figure themselves out, because honestly, the way that they're playing right now is definitely not what we played last year, and it's going to make us not be in the playoffs if we're going to continue to make these big mistakes that we've been making. And it's not small mistakes where we could easily recover. They're big mistakes. Also, Darnell Nurse, stop trying to fucking kill people, man. Like, my lord, the amount of times I've seen you go after a stupid hit that you missed, it was like a full fucking 5. It was a full hand. You need to stop going after those stupid hits. Especially the one where you ran after Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman evaded you, and then McDavid was practically by himself, playing defense. You guys need to support. And Darnell Nurse, you weren't doing that. So Darnell Nurse, I need you to smarten up. And every single defenseman on this team, you need to step up. Mika Koskinen's been the Lord and Savior for this team, but you haven't been backing him up. So I hope that the next game is going to be better for the Edmonton Oilers. And just Oilers fans, keep your hopes up. I mean, well, try to. I know it's hard because we've been losing for such a long time, and I know it sucks to be an Oilers fan, but we're an Oilers fan for a reason. We love this team because, I don't know, it's fun to watch sometimes. Honestly, this team just randomly pulls out a random run to the cup and we almost win, and then we get 10 years of losing, which is usually how it goes as an Edmonton Oilers fan. But we're Oilers fans, man. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine in the end, and we'll just be making jokes about it. Then I guess we suffer. That's all we do. I guess, yeah, that's the only positive thing about being an Oilers fan is the suffering, and then sometimes you get that excitement. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.